Ni hao. I'm currently sitting on Yao's. Christina, shut up! Let me try this again. Ni hao. I'm currently sitting on Yao's sun porch, which is attached to her room, and I chose this today just because it's really very bright. Well, I realize you guys probably don't care about those little tiny details. I'm going to tell you about the countryside, which we went to yesterday. A lot of the traditions are still held in the countryside at a higher respect than they are here. Mostly because the cities are modernizing at a faster pace than they do in the countryside. We met this one lady who was making these fantastic meals to serve to the gods. And what she does is she prepares them, and she always prepares a lot. And they just sit there in front of this altar for days.
Yeah, I think it looks like cute little monsters and people.
You want me to tell her that?
Yeah, please.
她觉得这个看起来很像美国的有的时候那些小怪物的头。这是她的头发，这个是她的眼睛。
Once the New Year celebration is over, after 15 days, you're able to eat that food. I admitted to her that I don't think I would be able to resist the temptation to see all that fantastic food just sitting there for days. But I think she understands how to give in to temptation a little. You always make one extra just to test it and see, that you're making it right, that it's going to taste good and the gods are going to enjoy it. But this lady's been doing it for like 20 years. She knows that she's not going to do it wrong. And she said that she'll never make a mistake. But she still made that one just to be sure. If I were a god and that was being served to me, I'd be happy, I think. Back in the States, when you're in a group of people who wants to... Yeah. You should have warned me.
No way, Jose.
找个裤子。哎呦，
谢谢. That was Yao's mom. Oh, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really easy to pick up a lot of the street noise in this little room. And every morning we end up hearing someone playing music, and sometimes it's opera, and sometimes it's actually American music, and today it sounds like some kind of Chinese pop music. I don't know. But in addition to that, you can also hear a lot of the traffic. And with the New Year coming up, one of the, festive things to do is to set off fireworks and firecrackers, and we've been hearing those for a couple of days, even though the New Year celebration itself doesn't begin until tonight. This morning they were going off at 6:30. But, whatever. So just excuse that, little background. While we were shopping in the city, I ended up buying a little face mask. When it gets really cold in the winter, my chin gets a little bit numb, and then I slur a lot of my words. I know this isn't very attractive, so I'll stop. But here in China, they actually wear it like a mask that covers this much of your face. So I bought one, as dorky as this is, but it's got these cute little gingerbread bears on it. And it wraps around your ears, and you wear it with a hat. I'm probably gonna look like a total dork when I go back to the States, but I like it, and it keeps my face warm. Also, we're fortunate enough to be able to see this traditional dance that originates in the Shanxi province, which is where we are in Taiyuan. And it's called Beiguan. There's a man who dresses in this very traditional clothing, and he wears this giant brace around his chest with a big pole that comes out of his shoulder, and on that pole rests a girl, like standing, dressed as, she's got like all of this traditional like opera makeup on, and she just stands there like totally balanced. I mean, she's of course wrapped in her own protection and stuff like that, but the two of them, they like jump and stuff, and there's usually a ton of them all together, all these little pairs of the men and the girls, and it's called Beiguan, and it's extremely colorful and really beautiful, and for the first time since I've come here, someone was taller than me. I also learned more about the calligraphy that goes on the doors. It's a lot of wishes for the family and like good luck, maybe get some wealth, everyone stay healthy, longevity, etc. But the thing I didn't know, aside from the two posters and the one that go on the side and the one that goes on top of the door, is that there's this diamond one that hangs right on the door. I never noticed this before, but it's upside down. And I don't know Chinese characters, so I don't know when something is upside down or not. But they post the good luck wish upside down with the idea that all of the luck will spill out and into the family's home. But I would have never noticed it before. I mean, of course I do. I speak Chinese fluently. So that night for dinner we went out, and once again we were at a table that had that cool little lazy Susan in the middle that spun everything around and made passing food easy. We were just kind of relaxing. Most of our events had, finally reached their end, and we still have things to do, but it's not going to be as busy as it has been. So it was quite a relaxed dinner, and everyone was having a lot of fun, and there was singing involved, and Christina was able to sing. It was really pretty, and then one of the guys that we were with ended up singing. We were told he was going to sing opera, so when I think about singing opera, I think like, oh, and some fat lady. I mean, I can't sing, so just pretend like that didn't happen, but when he sang, that wasn't at all what we heard. It was a high-pitched part that was actually supposed to be of a little girl. But, I mean, this is a full-grown man who's singing the part. And it's a very traditional opera song. Quite shocking at first because it's not what you expect to hear. But it was nice. And as far as the food went, a lot of it was things that we had tried before. We still haven't had rice, by the way. We're living in the noodle nation, as I like to call it. But it isn't really a nation. It's just a noodle province where noodles originated. But one of the weird things that we tried was hot Pepsi. Hot Pepsi was something I'll probably not try again. It was, the carbonation is gone, it's really sweet, and I just prefer mine with ice. So we finished up our day with meeting Yao's grandfather, and we're going to meet him again tonight when we go and prepare the dinner for the New Year's festival. But one of the things that we noted later was that we were sitting on a couch. It was, it's not the comfiest of couches, but it's the comfiest of couches here so far. Most of them are benches with some pillows, His couch was a leather couch, and it was like a stiff, comfy leather couch. And one of the things I forgot to mention is that they don't have mattresses, for one. They use a lot of blankets to layer, and when I asked Yao about it, she said that the Chinese believe it's better for your back if you lay on something more stiff than a mattress. I mean, it's not that bad, but I think I still prefer the mattresses. Another bit I forgot to mention is slippers. I realized that slippers really probably doesn't register as anything significant, but here you change slippers in every room. So you change slippers out in the living room, you have a different pair for the bedroom, but I keep messing it up because I'm not used to wearing slippers all the time. And when I do, I don't change them in the rooms. I just leave them on. So, anyway, that's it for our day in the countryside, but I'll be back for a lovely little day of shopping. Toodles.